I got saved at Reboot Camp. My name is Iyanu and I'm here to share my Reboot Camp story. It was a random day in the office and I overheard my colleagues talking about CCI and Reboot Camp. And I had seen Reboot Camp all over my social media. So I was like, oh, let me go and see what this is about. And so I went for Reboot Camp. That day was the first day of Reboot Camp, and Pastor usually preaches about the gospel on the first night of Reboot Camp. When I tell you that I've been in church all my life, but I'd never heard the gospel preached like that. I'd given my life to Christ before, but it was usually out of fear or, I don't want to go to hell and things like that. But for the first time in my life, I understood what Christ had done on that cross and what it meant for me, and I rededicated my life to Christ. Another amazing thing that happened to me as a result of attending Deeper was that I had been trying to change my job for about a year and a half. I had applied, sent in my resumes, done so many interviews, but nothing was coming through. On a particular Sunday, while I was preparing for church, I tuned into the global service and I heard somebody share their testimony. And their testimony was about how they had written out their expectations for Reboot Camp, and they were praying that before Reboot Camp, God will answer their prayer for a new job and that they'll be able to strike out that prayer from their list of expectations. Likewise, I had already written my expectations for Deeper last year, and I'd written that I wanted a new job. But then I changed it and I started to pray that I would also be able to strike that out of my expectations, that God will give me a new job before Deeper. As God would have it, a company that I'd previously interviewed with for a role and they rejected me reached out to me again and said that, they found my resume in their system and there's this role and they'd like me to interview for that role. Meanwhile, this role was 2 steps higher than my current role, in such a way that if I'd seen it randomly, I wouldn't have applied to it because I didn't think I was qualified for that role. I did 2 interviews and I got a job offer within an hour of the second interview, and this was a week before Deeper even came. So God answered my prayer and I was able to strike that out of my Deeper expectations. I want to use this opportunity to invite you for the Reboot Camp North America. It is from September 4th to 6th. It is going to be a rich experience, rejuvenation, indoctrination, celebration, and a harvest of souls. And I also want to encourage you to write down your expectations before Reboot Camp. And I assure you that you will leave Reboot Camp with fulfilled prophecies and answered prayers. Your life will not remain the same in Jesus' name.